So this is the normal trajectory of what your path should look like. You sign up for CourseCareers, right? Then you're going to learn the material. You're going to learn all of the information that you need to know to be a business development representative or sales development representative. You can use those terms interchangeably. That is what your job title will be. You will be a BDR or SDR for short. So you learn the material, you learn how to do your job. Once you learn how to do your job, which is what the whole course entails, and you will know it well. Like CourseCareers prepares you very well. No matter what background you're coming from, I knew nothing. And after doing CourseCareers, I knew it all. You know what? Of course, you're always learning, but you know what I mean? Like I was equipped enough to be able to work at a company. So that speaks a lot to CourseCareers. So shout out CourseCareers. So once you learn the material, what happens next? Well, you're going to have to take an exam through CourseCareers, right? Because you want to get your certificate. The point of finishing CourseCareers is so that you can get that certificate in order to put it on your LinkedIn. When companies see this certificate, they're going to be like, oh, okay, like this person actually got educated and invested in themselves to learn how to do this job. And so when they see that, that just makes you more credible and actually is what qualifies you to do the job, if that makes sense. And so, because it is a course, so it's like getting a degree, you know what I mean? So you learn the material. Once you finish learning the material, you take an exam through CourseCareers. The exam is just to make sure you really do understand the material, to make sure you know what you're talking about, just like any exam in school, right? Once you get your certificate, then it is time to get your resume and your LinkedIn together. Now in CourseCareers, they actually make sure that, you know, you're getting your LinkedIn together ahead of time because they really want you to get up on your connections and to build up your connections to at least get 500, because that's like the maximum number that shows and displays to all of your followers, you know? And so, you know, you just want to show that you're really networking and connecting on LinkedIn. And so, you know, they give you time to get that set up. So by the time you finish CourseCareers, you can already, you know, reach 500. And even if you pass that, it's only going to show 500 plus. So by the time you finish the course, you really want to make sure that you put your certificate of completion, you know, you post it just like you do on any social media platform. You post it on your LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn should mirror your resume, right? So when you're getting your resume together and you're getting your LinkedIn profile together, it should be a reflection of your, you know, academic background, your work history, just like everything that's on a resume. And you'll see that when you're setting up your LinkedIn, you'll see all the little sections that you can fill in. And also it's social media, you know, it's a business social media, but it's social media. Like you can post pictures and videos and GIFs or GIFs. I feel like there's like a debate on how to say that right. I still don't know to this day if it's GIFs or GIFs, but that's not the point. But yeah, you want to be active on LinkedIn, posting little things like finish the course, just finish CourseCareers, or in CourseCareers, pass my exam, looking forward to breaking into tech, whatever you're saying. Post a picture of you maybe in an old work outfit from an old job or old industry, and it's like, man, like I'm switching industries, and tell your story. People love to hear stories. Like people want to connect with you, see some personality. Like post on LinkedIn, be active, connect with people, ask them, you know, oh, you know, if you're connecting with somebody that's already in tech sales, like ask them questions like, hey, you know, I see that you work at XYZ. How's that going? I'm looking to break into tech as well. Like, what's that been like for you? Like, connect. So once you get your LinkedIn profile and your resume set up and you're kind of in a groove, then you are starting to apply to jobs, right? You upload your resume to LinkedIn and you start applying to jobs. So what you do is you will go to the little top search bar on LinkedIn and you'll type in business development representative or sales development representative, and you click on jobs. It's like all the little bubbles. I think it's just like people, groups, or something like that. But jobs is one of the little icons. You click on that and all of these different jobs will pop up. Now you can choose to apply to just every single job, right? But I suggest find a strategy that works for you, okay? My strategy was I'm going to apply to 10 random companies, apply with LinkedIn resume, apply with LinkedIn resume, you know, apply with LinkedIn, like quick, not putting much effort into it, just 10. And then on top of the 10, I applied to an additional 5, but those were strategic and intentional. These 5 were not just random tech companies to work for. It was like, no, I'm going to pay attention to the product. I'm going to pay attention to little details like how many people applied to this job already. Because when you're applying to a job, it shows you there are 186 applicants that have already applied. There are 500 applicants that have applied. There are 6 applicants that have applied. I'm looking for the lowest number because that raises the chances of my application getting seen. You know what I mean? And so pay attention to stuff like that. Then you want to pay attention to, what did I say? You want to pay attention to the product because you actually want to like the product that you're selling. You want to pay attention to the number of applicants. You want to pay attention to the number of employees. I would say, and this is, subjective, you don't have to do this, but don't apply to a place where the number of employees is like 10,000. You know what I mean? Because you can. I'm not saying not to. So let me not say don't do this, but just know that the more employees, the lower the need is for you. You can be easily replaceable. But if you come in and there's only like, I don't know, 100 employees at the company, there's only, it's like a low number, then you're more likely to be valued and known. You know what I mean? You're more likely to move up. You're more likely to be closer to your, your coworkers and stuff like that. So it's just something to pay attention to. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And of course, the pay. You want to make sure you're applying to, if you are breaking in to tech, entry-level positions or an internship. I think you should shoot big and go for just an entry-level full-time position. But you don't have to turn down an internship if you don't want to. You're just not going to start off getting paid the big money. But I think CourseCareers prepares people to be able to work an actual entry-level full-time position. So that choice is yours, but, to each his own. But pay attention to the pay. If they are saying they're going to pay you, because remember in a previous video that I made, you're getting paid salary, right? You're on salary, but you want to pay attention to your base pay, what they're offering as a base, versus your OTE, your on target earnings, which is a fancy word for quota, hitting your quota, right? And then commission is going to be uncapped. But pay attention to what is the base pay plus the OTE. What is the lowest amount that you are like, I don't want to go under this number? 45 base, $45,000 a year base, but 70,000 OTE, meaning if you hit your quota every month or if it's quarterly, you're getting paid 70K. Is your base going to be 60 and you're going to get paid, base, and then you get paid 80 or 75 OTE? What is that total amount that you want to make? But even within that, what percentage is the base pay? What percentage is the OTE? You want to pay attention to that. And most companies will display that on, the job description. And if they don't, you can always apply and then you can always ask that question in the interview or whatever. So yeah, once you've applied to jobs, I would say do that every day. Find that strategy that works for you. Like I said, I do 10 randoms, 5 intentionals, 10 randoms, 5 intentionals. That could look different for you. You might want to do 50 randoms, 40 intentionals, or you might want to just do all intentionals. And on top of that, you might want to be intentional reaching out to the sales manager or different coworkers at that company, sending them emails and kind of doing the job of an SDR or BDR, when you're trying to actually reach out to companies, like sending the follow-up emails, checking in, whatever your strategy looks like, be doing that, right? Then you want to be checking your emails every day because companies are going to start responding. You're going to get some no's, but all you need is one yes, right? So once you get some yeses and you get some interviews on the books, what you want to do is you want to go to these companies' websites and you want to really familiarize yourself with the product and potential questions that they are going to ask you. Go on YouTube, type in BDR, SDR, or tech sales interview questions. There are so many videos and content creators who are like me, who are making videos of most asked interview questions. And these are for real because we've been there, done that. We know what questions they're going to ask, and all the different people making content, they're bringing all the questions that they were asked, while this content creator is bringing all the questions that they were asked, and I'm bringing up stuff that I've been asked. And we're all, if you watch all of our videos, you're going to be able to Really make sure, like, do I know how to answer these questions? Am I comfortable? Am I confident? You want to practice in the mirror. You know what I mean? You want to record yourself on your voice memo, on your phone. Like, make sure you know how to respond to these questions in a very comfortable way. Give yourself that time to practice leading up to the actual interview. And I believe CourseCareers also gives you like an entire list of interview questions that you can possibly be asked. So utilize that resource as well. And something that I would suggest, which is just wise, is if you can, try to schedule your interviews all around the same time, like within the same 2-week time span. So let's say you get like 3 yeses, 3 emails from 3 different companies, and they all say, yeah, we would like to, have an interview with you and, yada, yada. And then whatever day you book it and the next company is interested in doing an interview with you too, and this company, try to put them all in the same week or within like a 2-week span, because what you want to do is you want to take the best offer. It would suck if you had all these interviews spread out and a company offers you the job, and let's say they're offering you like $70K, right? Base plus OTE, in total $70K. And then another company is offering you, I don't know, base plus OTE is a total of $75K. But if you didn't even get a chance to get to that interview because you only did this one, and this one was scheduled out for like another 3 weeks or so, it's like, you don't want to keep this company on hold just waiting. You know what I mean? So it's like, but if they were all in the same week, by the time you did the interviews and you're making it to the first round, second round, third round, you're asking all these different questions. You can kind of decide and look at all these companies like, do I like their culture here? Do I like how much I'm going to get paid? Do I like, and you can make a decision from looking at multiple companies in order to make that decision of, this is the company that I want to go with. This is the company that I'm going to accept the offer letter. Once you get through the interview process, whether that was just with one company or multiple companies, now it's time to just sit back and wait, and it doesn't take long. Like, a company's not going to have you waiting for weeks, or a month or so. Like, once you do the interviews and then you get to the second round of interviews, the third round of interviews, some companies have 5 rounds. I only went through 3 rounds of interviews and got the job. But it might be different at different companies, so just be aware of that. But yeah, you're just waiting. You're waiting for that phone call for them to call you and say, so we want to offer you the job, offer you a position, and you get to decide. You get to say yes or no. So that is what happens from beginning to end. You sign up with CourseCareers, you learn the material, you get tested on the material with the exam. They help you with your LinkedIn profile and your resume. You post your certificate of completion on your LinkedIn profile. You upload your resume to LinkedIn, and then you start applying to jobs. And as you're applying to jobs, you're getting responses. And when you get responses, you start to schedule interviews. You do the interviews. You get some no's, but you do get some yeses. You do the interviews, and then you decide, do you want to work there or not, and accept the offer letter or not. And it's up to you. But that is the trajectory of what this would look like for you. Let me know if y'all have any questions when it comes to everything that I said, whether you want me to hone in on a certain part, leave a comment, hit me in a DM, schedule a consultation, whatever it is, we can discuss it. But I hope that full picture shows you what it is that you are getting into and what that would look like from starting CourseCareers to landing a position in tech sales.